Muchachos y muchachas. Okay, this is way later than I would ever want to shoot a video, but this is urgent. Okay, Balenciaga. I got a lot of questions. You're gonna have a lot of questions for them. And it makes me wonder why they erased every single presence on social media that is actually, more so reachable, like Twitter. They left Twitter recently. I'm talking about like a couple days ago. They have absolutely no post on Instagram. And then when you go to their website, it kind of makes you wonder, is this why? Because they have a new campaign where they are utilizing children who are holding up what seems to be very inappropriately dressed teddy bears. And we're talking about leather, chains, body corsets, girders. Yeah, the B to the D to the S to the M type of stuff. But children advertising this on on pieces of furniture. And then within what seems to be the same season campaign, there seems to be a photo of a purse that they're advertising, obviously, but the literature within the shot underneath the purse is also very questionable in all of this. What was Balenciaga thinking? More so, what were they interpreting all of this to mean? We're going to also go through some of the photographer of this campaign, the photographer's work, and kind of tie that into some speculation. Is this what Balenciaga was going for? You're going to want to hold on to your butts. You're going to want to secure your wig extra well. Yes. And you're going to want to stay right there. We're going to go through it. Really quick, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, 𝘏𝘶𝘮𝘢. As you all know, we're in the holidays and crime rates are especially up. They were up before the holidays, but even more so. But that's a norm every single year. And with that, you need a home security system. This is one of the easiest ones to install. You find a light socket, you screw it in, and then you control the rest with your app. It's got two-way audio, full color night vision, as well as real-time notifications. You guys can get one at 𝘏𝘶𝘮𝘢.com. All right, my friends, let's do a quick run through of this. Once again, this is it's pretty late when I'm shooting this, but this felt very urgent to me. So you guys go to Balenciaga.com, and when you do, the first thing you're going to see on their homepage is this kid who is holding up what seems to be a very inappropriately dressed teddy bear, okay? And you're seeing things on this bear like leather, cuffs, ankle cuffs, whatever, loopholes for chains, fishnets, collars, things like this. And to be honest with you, like this is very uncomfortable for me to see because after what I learned about how the photographers artistic point of view for this type of art direction, and we're going to get into that, it makes me super uncomfortable that this is what Balenciaga wanted to direct for this campaign. Now, once again, you should not need children to advertise. First of all, why do you have these types of things just out in the open? Like, this used to be things that people kept behind closed doors, literally, you know what I mean? But now it's so out in the open. This is like Sodom and Gomorrah, seriously. We're in a time where people want perverted, the most obscure things to just be normalized. And then, they're adding children to the mix, which makes it even more nefarious in my personal opinion. So you click on that photo and it's going to take you to another, campaign in which you see the same theme of a different child this time on a piece of furniture on the sofa, and this child is holding up a lavender colored teddy bear. Now, this is aimed, you can't say that this is not aimed towards children because it's colored for, in children's colors. This has children's colors. This is adorned in children's colors. And then this type of bear has something like garters on both legs, a body strappy cage, a body leather cage, whatever it's called, harness. That's what it's called. A leather harness. You've got a diamond collar for the teddy bear. And then there's another stuffed animal to the left of the kid, which is blue, and it's got leather collar and chains and all of this, right? And it's just, I don't even have to explain further. This is gross, right? This is gross in the in the interpretation of children, you know, being coached even through this photo shoot. I wanted to get into the photographer's sort of point of view, and maybe this will give you some additional, I guess, perspective to this. And this is why I'm so troubled by all of this. Now let's take a look at Gabrielle Galimberti, who is the photographer for this particular photo shoot. And as you can see, he has a project called Toy Stories, where he has different children, and from, it seems to be all around the world, and they are standing above their, you know, toys, their items of playtime. And so you see boys with like their you know, toy cars and their toy weapons, girls with their dolls, things like this, right? So when you look at this type of project, what is your interpretation from it? It's, you know, children all around the world with their toys, with their play objects, right? That's the interpretation that I get, because it's the common denominator between all of these photos, right? So my question for Balenciaga was their art direction a child with the playthings being alcohol glasses, right? You see champagne glasses, you see wine glasses, you know, you see, of course, tumblers, mugs, you know, those are a bit less threatening, but, you know, alcohol glasses, things like this, you know what I mean? And in the other campaign show, you see things like, you know, gold chain, or I'm sorry, you know, jewelry chains, things that are a bit less threatening as well. But same thing, these items are not children items, right? No matter what it is, these items on the furniture that they're trying to sell, like the mugs and the glasses and all that, they're not necessarily nefarious. It's in context with the idea of the shoot that makes it nefarious, right? These things are for adults, whether they are threatening or non-threatening. These things that they're trying to sell are for adults. So why do they have children in the mix, right? So it gets even more questionable. So there's another shoot within the seasonal promotion where you see a purse, right? And they're obviously trying to make the purse the focal point in all of this, trying to advertise the purse, you know, things like this. But then it's the literature that is surrounding the purse, which if you zoom in really close, it seems to be a court docket, okay? And when you try to make out the court docket, of course, you know, I'm going to give you guys a disclosure that we don't know if this is 100% the court docket that I'm about to reference, but it seems to be that the context and the theme of the words seem to fit, okay? So this is actually Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition, I believe. And and you can see it's 2008 on this document screenshot within the campaign shoot. It looks to be, I mean, if you zoom in super close, of course it gets fuzzy, it gets pixelated because the quality is not focal to the document. But it seems to look like the top title of the document header has 2008 in it, and the Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition is actually a 2008 court docket, okay? So once again, just want to preface that I don't know that this is 100% the document, right? I could be 100% wrong, but it seems to me that the context just fits. Now, let me explain a little bit. I'm gonna actually put this as much in layman's terms. I'm gonna paraphrase the whole ordeal between Ashcroft versus free speech. So, you know, free speech actually, it seemed to be that they were making laws, you know, to protect children from child, you know, the P word, P word, you know, producing that. And there was actually a coalition called the Free Speech Coalition that tried to challenge that, you know, saying that, oh, you know, children or pictures of children, it's not actually hurting children because it's actually just a depiction of children and things like this. So they actually were trying to erase the boundaries on speech, on, you know, what is interpreted as, you know, child, you know, It's just really weird, but you guys kind of get it now, right? Because you see the lines being blurred between speech and, you know, all of these things in our current day. It's actualizing before our eyes. And so it's, in essence, what it boils down to is that there was a big fight to expand the boundaries on what child was. Does that make any sense? If it doesn't, let me know in the comments below. I might just do another video on just that, just try to paraphrase it, you know, break it down even more. I just had to do this video because it seemed very urgent to me. So with that being said, if you guys want me to do a video on the Ashcroft versus, you know, Free Speech Coalition, so that way it brings everything in context with this Balenciaga shoot, you guys let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for your support. Let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, it's just, guys, I thought, like, we think how much can it get, how much worse can it get, right? How much worse can it get? And now you have fashion houses, like designer fashion houses, advertising this, and the absolute obscurity of children's innocence, you know, out on display as a fashion ad. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for your support. I'll catch you all in the next video.